Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between CharaSmoke and Walnut on Orbital Shipyard. In the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Zerg player representing nobody. It is CharaSmoke. And in the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Protoss player also representing nobody. It is Walnut. PvZ on Orbital Shipyard, my favorite matchup on one of my favorite maps in Legacy of the Void. It just seems really balanced. You have the safe spot back here. You have the second rocks on the way into your third base, which makes it very, very vulnerable, easy to be sniped down. Third base, fourth base is fairly convenient as well. And then you have ninja expansions you can take back here that nobody ever scouts, man. If you're playing against a Protoss or a Zerg player, feel free to use these. Terran players sometimes send drops this way, and it can actually ruin your day if they find your proxy nexus or proxy hatchery, but usually they're fairly safe. I haven't seen people take them very much, but anyway, you know how it is. Alright, so in case you haven't heard, I am looking for a new screener for my channel. My current screener, Squeaks, seems to have disappeared. I kind of worry for him, to be honest. He hasn't responded to emails for a couple weeks now, but in the meantime, replays have been piling up. So what I'm looking for is somebody to go through all of the replays I get every day to falconpaladin@gmail.com, people that want me to cast their stuff, especially for Into the Void. That seems like a very popular thing to submit their replays for. So what I need you to do is go through the replays, watch them. You can watch them on ×2 or ×4 speed. Determine which ones are the best, which ones subscribers would want to watch, and then let me know so I can actually cast them. I just don't have the time in my day to go through all the replays that I get. I try to cast 2 Legacy of the Void replays a day. I do a campaign walkthrough every single day. I also have 3 kids and a wife and a house that needs taken care of and a full-time job, and I go to the gym, and at the end of the day there just aren't enough hours available to me to do everything that I want to do. So again, if you're interested in being the screener, send me an email at falconpaladin@gmail.com and we'll discuss it and see if you are worthy of the title. And if you are, then everybody will be so happy. You'll get fame and I will get replays, and it will be a good exchange for everyone. All right, back to the game here on Orbital Shipyard, scouting probe. But guess what? This is a one-base play from CharaSmoke. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this in a long time. The Lings are coming up, and metabolic boost is on the way. Where's the mothership core? I don't think there is one. Oh no, Walnut. What is happening? The Lings going after pylons, trying to supply block the Protoss player, I think. Probes being pulled off the line, trying to deal with this. And the Zerglings, are they going to get the pylon? They do get the pylon, but all but one of the Lings actually end up dead. This does supply block Walnut. He can make an Adept, which is a good answer to these Lings, because Adepts can actually two-shot the annoying Zerglings. So with some good micro there, and there goes the mothership core. This should be enough to get rid of all of these Lings. Do they get the Adept? They get the Adept, though. Oh no, Walnut. Losing the Adept was a problem. More Lings coming up here, but guess what? The mothership core can photon overcharge 2 times with the energy that she has when she pops out. So if you guys are attacking anything remotely nearby a pylon, you're in a lot of trouble. There it is. Photon overcharge coming up. Another probe dying, though. Surrounding. And yes, the probes surround the Zerglings and actually kill most of them with the help of the photon overcharge. This Ling trying to take down the Nexus all by its lonesome. The Speedlings are retreating now, coming back around. Do they want to continue to push this or not? This probe was just hanging out. Is going to get killed by the Lings, unfortunately for it. The Adept is sent to get rid of that Zergling. Brand new Adept with 1 kill already. She is very proud of herself. Here come the Lings. I just think this is a futile effort. I'm not gonna lie. Yep, photon overcharge is pretty much consistently available to the Protoss player right now. I mean, if you get in range of the photon overcharge, you're gonna die. The Adept's doing a great job killing the Lings as well. And I just don't know if this has been worth it. 26 Lings have died for 5 probes and 1 Adept and 1 pylon. It's, I mean, 24 probes to 17 drones. And another base coming up for CharaSmoke, trying to make up for the fact that that early attack didn't do as much damage as he wanted, expanding like crazy right now. This base is finished. Should probably transfer some workers down there, but oversaturated here at the main, and a Roach Warren popping up as well. Now, what is Walnut going to do after that early harass? With the new warp animation coming in, sentries. Okay, so basically you want sentries to wall off this ramp as much as possible. This Ling coming on in, a Speedling trying to kill this probe. Will it get the kill? The answer is going to be no. Good micro by Walnut means no. Does not get a kill. 2 Lings coming up now. The sentries at the top should probably do enough DPS along with the Adepts to kill those guys, no problem. Is he going to make these into a drop lord? I don't think so. Pushing on out Walnut very bravely. And no, there's not a huge swell of Lings to greet him. Instead, just a couple, and the sentries are going to tickle this Overlord to death. Adepts cannot shoot up, and therefore cannot participate. Overlord does end up falling onto the ground there unceremoniously. Warp Prism on the way for Walnut, going to do some special tactics. Oh, speaking of which, Walnut has gotten, or not Walnut, Whitera has gotten back to me and said he will send me some replays when he returns to the United States. Returns to Ukraine sometime in the next week. He is currently in the States, or he might be, or he is at the time of me casting this. And so when he gets back home, he said he will send me some replays. TLO also said he'd send me some replays after DreamHack Winter, which is coming up here as well. So I am trying to get you some pro replays from some fantastic players. Pro Koreans have actually kind of been really hard to reach. I got Crank. Crank is a cool dude. He sent me some replays as well. Trying to get another batch from him. But I've approached Polt, I've approached Liquitasia, I've approached Hydra and Life, and just none of these guys are super interested in sending me stuff. So I don't know. If anybody has any ins with those guys, let them know how awesome Falcon Paladin is and how I'll be able to drive traffic to their Twitch channels or their Twitter streams or whatever they want. And that would be great. So here comes the Warp Prism along the left side from Walnut with 4 Adepts inside. Is there anything here to defend? The answer is no. There's a single Queen getting some shots off, but the Adepts pop right on in, get a full surround. There's a Roach here as well. More Warpins. Oh my goodness gracious. Warping in Zealots, getting right on top of these Roaches, going after the Queen, and they get the Queen. The Roach is not being microed super well. The Adepts getting picked up as the Zealots try to do what they can to take down everything here in this base, but no, they get completely killed. The Adepts pop up, do some shots, get picked up once again. A Spore Crawler on the way. CharaSmoke does not want to deal with any more of that annoying Warp Prism harass, and Static Defense can do a lot to help with that. Another and a Spine Crawler. Excellent, excellent, excellent play by CharaSmoke at this point. About 120 to 120 APM, so this is about a low Masters level, I'd say, for Legacy of the Void. Again, the ladder is still trying to settle down. This is fairly in the early days. I assume within the next week or two we'll have a major settling of the ladder, and those players who are truly meant to be in Masters and Grandmaster will be there. I've also heard rumors, though, that they're going to combine Masters and Grandmasters, which makes it a little bit more difficult for me to find the truly elite games, just because if somebody's labeled a Grandmaster or a Master, they could show up as this, like, be that very, very different in skill level, I think, but I'm not sure how that's actually going to work. The Warp Prism popping back on in, but there's a Spine and there's a Spore, and Walnut wisely backs out there. That's not a place he wants to be, especially with that Queen there adding additional DPS. Overseer comes in and sees what? Sees a Robo Facility working. It could be a Disruptor coming out. It could be an Immortal, and in this case, it is definitely an Immortal. Warp Prism coming into the main base. Oh, sneaky Walnut dropping his units inside here. Adepts and a Zealot. Run away, drones. Run for your lives. There it is, pulling them all. And here comes some Lings to try to get us around on these units. The Zealot is definitely... No, gets picked up. I thought he was going to die. He is so low on health, though. Where is that guy? He's staying inside the Warp Prism. He's so low on health. Pickup again. So frustrating for the Zerg player. This new Warp Prism pickup that he can do from so far away. But yeah, managing to get out of there again. Not really losing much. 3 Zealots, 2 Adepts for 10 drones, and 37 Lings have died. That was early on. I don't think that was due to harassment. But pretty effective stuff indeed. It looks like Walnut has a skin here on his Adepts. They look a little bit different than I'm used to. They look kind of cool. Kind of gray and silvery and good stuff all the way around. So 3 base to 3 base right now. More harass going on over here. There are Queens trying to take down the Warp Prism, but again, the Warp Prism hasn't even lost anything on its hull. Still 100 health there. The shields have taken some hits, but those will come back eventually. Lurker Den on the way for CharaSmoke. If there's any way back into this game for CharaSmoke, I think it's going to be Lurkers, because look at this. 39 to 51 total Harvesters in favor of Walnut. 96 to 117 supply. The Protoss player on 3 bases, the Zerg player on 3 bases. Every indication tells me right now Protoss is going to win this game. But we will have to see. CharaSmoke could be a better player than expected. That early, I don't like the idea of the early spawning pool attack, just because, again, Photon Overcharge is so good. Adepts are so good against Lings. They're ranged. Zealots, you could kind of kite around for a while, but Adepts hit you, hit your Lings, even when you're far away from them. Kind of frustrating all the way around. And Creep Tumors popping up there, expressing that creep across the way. kind of taking that debris halfway down is Walnut. I'm not sure why he didn't continue, but that's all right. Blink on the way, Disruptor on the way. Walnut trying to spend his money. He has cannons coming up. He has +2 attack coming up, and sentries also being purchased and warped in at the gateway. +1, is that +1 Carapace? It is. +1 Carapace on the way, as well as missile attack. Lurker Den going to finish now. Ta-da! We're going to see a Lurker Disruptor battle, something we have seen more than once on my channel. I think we're going to see throughout the history of Legacy of the Void and far into the future. Robotics Facility coming up as well. Twilight Council getting Zealot Charge. I like that. I like that. Zealots with Charge are so difficult to kill. So fast as well. A couple Lings up here. Try to finish off the debris killing that Walnut started. Again, I'm not sure why he didn't finish, but whatever at this point. And a 4th base coming up and a non-traditional location for CharaSmoke. Usually they put it down here, which is why the Zealot is here for Walnut. But instead, CharaSmoke throwing it up here. And will it get scouted? I think it might accidentally get scouted by this Warp Prism. This Disruptor is in the wrong place. Disruptor, no. Disruptor, where are you going? Why are you on the creep all by yourself? I guess you know it's safe because there's an observer, but... What are you? Why are you... Long live the Disruptor. I don't know. Some people... Yep, the Warp Prism comes in and cancels. Forces a cancel on that hatch. The army shows up, and the Warp Prism will probably pick up and run away. And no, it actually doesn't. Can the Hydras kill the Warp Prism? No, Warp Prism too fast. It does run away. All of her units died, but the Warp Prism escapes. Zealot killing this drone that just tries to take a base down here, man. Don't mind me. Hydras come to save its life. The poor drone down to 3 hit points. And the offending Zealot is destroyed. So forcing a cancel there and forcing a delay on this base. Very, very nicely played by Walnut, especially since his own 4th base is already on the way ahead of the Zerg players. Good gravy. Almighty. 2,200 minerals lost, 50 gas for the Zerg player, 1,800 minerals lost, 200 gas for the Protoss. 11 drones and 7 probes have died thus far in the game. CharaSmoke actually supply blocked after losing an Overlord here. Warp or Stasis Ward coming up. I like the placement of that Stasis Ward. Double Photon Overcharge being used. Purification Nova killing 2, 3, 4 roaches. One more Corrosive Bile should be enough to kill that, and it does. Blinking on in. Purification Nova once more. Oh, catching a whole ton of units. Oh. 10 kills on that Disruptor, 4 kills on that Disruptor. Nothing here for you, but you will get one soon enough, my young Padawan. Look at this. So already 2 Hydralisks and 12 Roaches have died pretty much to pure Disruptor fire. At this point, Walnut has to be pretty happy about that one. Creeper Spread is heading on up to the 4th base. It will take a while to get there. It didn't get started until late for CharaSmoke, unfortunately for him. But the army is a Roach Hydra Lurker composition. Lurkers do get two-shotted by Purification Nova, so even if they're burrowed, they can get hit. Colossus on the way. I believe they already have Extended Thermal Lance and +3 ground weapons about to finish for Walnut here at the 12-minute mark. Excellent, excellent timing by our friend Walnut here today. CharaSmoke just kind of bouncing around, doesn't really want to commit. I think worried about those Disruptors. This Warp Prism has more mischief on its mind. The army coming back to deal with the Disruptor units. Coming over as well, a bunch of Hydras. No, Walnut was babysitting that Warp Prism and sends it back home again. Smart play, excellent attention to detail, and yeah, he has some weird skins on. Look at that Colossus, it looks funny, doesn't it? Kind of like it. Reminds me of, who were they? The Ice? Man alive, it was a Lego set. Ice Planet, I think it was. A lot of white, a lot of orange, a lot of blue, which is what this palette is reminding me of right now. So the army heading over to defend the 4th base. Roach, Hydra, Lurker coming over, just kind of hanging out. I mean, I don't know what CharaSmoke's end game is here, but he's down. He's at 4 bases to 4 bases against the Protoss player, which is essentially down. A Ling run by, trying to get in somewhere, apparently back here to the natural base, but there's a cannon. I don't think this is enough Lings to actually kill the cannon, especially since they're getting 2-shot. They change their attention to a probe, they kill 1 probe, and that's going to be about it. The Ling counterattack is now dead. Not a great trade indeed. Ooh, Fleet Beacon finishing. Templar on the way. Gravitic Drive being upgraded as well for Walnut. He's getting everything under the sun right now. APM down to about 100 or so. Players are doing a lot more rather than just spamming their keys. And Forge continuing to get upgrades. Hive about 60% complete. Storm and Archons on the way for Walnut. He's going to have a crazy composition here. Stalker, Sentry, Adept, Zealot, Colossus, Archon, Wow, with +3 attacks and Templar for some Storm in here as well. I do not think this bodes well. Small group of Roach Hydra comes in, don't do a whole lot, before dying to the Blink Stalkers that are chasing them all the way home. Finally getting to the creep and getting the speed boost to get away from that army. Infester. Okay, so Infester's the answer here for CharaSmoke. I haven't seen this work. I'm just going to say I haven't seen Infestors be really that effective against anybody. I don't know. I guess in CVZ they've been pretty good, but the Lings run right on in. Just get torched by those Colossus. And are we just going to stand in? Yes, stand in. Just Purification Nova. Whiff, 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 whiff. Ooh, actually pretty good dodge there. Pretty good concave as well for the Zerg player. And throwing down Fungal Growth. Not doing a whole lot of it afterwards, but forcing Walnut back just a little bit. I don't think he liked that Fungal. I don't think he wants to attack on creep, just because then the Roaches and Hydras can run away from the Purification Nova and split a lot more efficiently. Pushing this creep up now would be good. I don't think Walnut wants to push down here very much. Oracle coming around, throwing down more Stasis Swords, just in case any Ling run-bys try to happen. They will be captured by this Stasis Ward. What is this? A Zealot attack coming in. Not long-lived, though. Might kill a single drone. Nope, I don't think they even got that. Sorry about that. Zealot counterattack. Not your day, indeed. Another base coming up for Walnut. 5 bases now to the 4 bases for the Zerg. CharaSmoke needs to make something happen, man. He is maxed out. He has 55 drones. He has a pretty good Roach, Hydra, Infester composition here. +2/+2 on those units. And here we go. Standing in, taking the damage. Lurker's trying to burrow. I think that was a Lurker trying to burrow. Just got killed. Pretty much outright. The Lurker is now burrowing. Pushing up again. Walnut is being patient. He is being patient. Coming up here. Taking out Creep Tumors. Forcing the Creep to recede. Purification Nova almost killing the Lurker. Going for it. Here is CharaSmoke. And then backing out. Double Whiff Storm by Walnut. And just kind of dancing here on the creep. You'll notice the creep receding fairly quickly. That is something new in Legacy of the Void. Creep expands quickly, but also dies and recedes quickly as well. Is that... oh my goodness. Mothership Core morphing into a Mothership. Mothership for Walnut. He wants to cloak his units. He wants to hide them from the Zerg Swarm. Are there observers with this army? There is. There's a single observer, but I think that can probably get picked off. Another attack here. Zealot counterattack. Getting poked away by the Spine Crawler. Lings coming in, trying to slow this down at least. Ultras are here. Ultras with +1/+2 attack upgrades. Not the best I've ever seen. Meanwhile, Walnut takes the opportunity to push onto the creep. Tries to kill that Lurker. This is not a good angle for the Zerg player at all, but Walnut does back out, no less. Huge Storm. Dodged fairly effectively by their Chara. Once again, on the creep, backing out more quickly than you would expect. Army over here, more Lurkers coming up. I feel like Walnut has an open door to move up to this area. 3 Ultras is enough to stop this Death Ball. But here we coming from the left and the right side. Ultralisks coming from the left and from the right, trying to get a full flank on these units. Purification Nova's coming in, killing a lot of Roaches and a lot of Hydralisks, but the Ultras are on top of this army, tearing through the Stalkers, tearing through the Sentries. Can they get the Colossus as well? Stasis catching a couple of the Lurkers there. All the Ultras are now dead. Lurkers are trying to burrow, but they're getting killed. Instead, the Mothership is now here. Hydras, Overseer checking things out. Stalkers end up getting killed there. And somehow, CharaSmoke held that off. But meanwhile, Zealots have been down here taking it to his 4th base. How many drones have died? 18 drones have died. They're going after this hatchery as well. Can they get it with their +3 attack? No, I don't think they can. Too many Hydras, too many Roaches. And the counterattack is cleaned up. There we go. That last one dying there. Warp Prism checking to make sure a hatchery doesn't try to be planted there. This one looks free, though. Chara really needs to take another base. Has enough money to do so, but I think he's just interested in rebuilding his army, getting chitinous plating on his Ultras. He felt like the Ultras were a good choice when they had the Protoss army pinned up against this debris. I like that from him. A Lurker sitting outside the front door, but again, so many bases for Walnut, sending over a lot of probes. Actually, to mine at this base. What does he need? He has a pretty good bank. He's almost maxed out. At this point, resources lost tab, 13,800 minerals for the Zerg player, 4,600 gas, 10,000 minerals, and 4,600 gas for the Protoss. So fairly even at this point. Is this another counterattack? It is. It is another Zealot counterattack. And they do get the hatchery. What a big pickup there by Walnut. This base is being planted by Char. Decides to go for the gold for that extra income. He is only at 100 supply. He needs to spend this money. How much larva does he have? 12. 12 larva is pretty excellent. I think he's microing his units, though. Ling's running around trying to see if there's anything to worry about. The Warp Prism worked its way all the way back to the left side of the map. No, 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 don't come in here. Whoa, Overseer gets killed. Roaches and Hydras pushing on in. The army is already very, very big again for Walnut. Very scary indeed. This small group of Lings and Roaches and Hydras will not be able to do anything against the Protoss player. Walnut again going for it, and Roach Hydra trying to stand in, backing out. There is enough room to back out here. There's enough room to go home. Long distance mining as Chara does not have enough money to replant this hatchery. Needs this one to finish, and it does. And it does. If he sends those drones up now, he'll be able to get some good mineral income. This lurker slowly laying siege to the Protoss base all by its lonesome. This is kind of funny. Already has one kill. It's already a predator, but the entire army heading across for Walnut to kill this single lurker. And I feel like the Roach Hydra might be able to get up here and kill some stuff while the army's out of position. But no, instead, CharaSmoke is heading over to defend the gold base. There are 7 workers now here or on the way very shortly to be there. Lurkers hanging out here just in case the army comes down this left side of the map. It looks like they are intending to. I assume there's an observer with this army as well. And there is. The lurkers are getting destroyed pretty quickly. One tries to retreat, and Ultra is here taking swipes from the Colossus. And pretty good army. I like what we have here. 8 armor on the Colossus. 41 damage on those Kaiser Blades. Pushing on in once again. The Ultras are getting pushed around, though. What are they doing? Can they not see? I don't think there's an Overseer here, and that's it. The army gets wiped out for CharaSmoke. Good game. Well played from the Zerg player. He's defeated, and Walnut is victorious. Yahoo! I kind of liked what CharaSmoke was doing. I liked the composition of Ultralisk, Roach, Hydra, Ling, a Lurker, especially against what Walnut was trying to do. But he had carriers out. I don't think the Overseer was available for Char. He couldn't see these units that were cloaked. Was there a mothership core here? Or a mothership, rather? Where is the mothership? Did it die? Yes, it did die. Did he kill it? I don't know. Either way, the Ultras were kind of sliding around the back, not doing much of anything, because I don't think they could see anything to attack. It was kind of weird. But either way, the macro for Walnut just proved to be a little bit too much compared to the Zerg player. He ended up winning the game, so masterful positioning, killing this base was huge. Expanding as quickly as he did was huge. Getting those upgrades also very, very useful. So well played, Walnut. Good game from you and Chara as well. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Facebook and Twitter, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.